Hello.
So nice to be here. I never thought I'd get up close and personal to you, Jason. I've waited so long.
Keep your distance, Colleen. It's best.
Don't tempt me. Now, Robin, what a fantastic way to open the show.
Fantastic start to the show. We're looking for people who are going to convey the styles and the music influences into the routine, but not just into it, for the entire time. And it's really important that they maintain the character throughout. And you certainly did tonight, my darling. The Charleston is jovial and bouncy, and you were jovial and bouncy from the beginning to the end. I thought it all synced really nicely. The moves were in there, the lifts, everything was really quite cohesive. And I thought for a first time out, the first time you've skated first, brilliant job. Welcome to our side of the footlights, madam.
Oh, thank you. I much prefer to be here. And Emma.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought you took the whole persona and the vibe of the Charleston on, and not being too cheesy with it as well. So that was nice to see your face. That you lost timing a little bit for me tonight, and you probably know that yourself. But otherwise, no, great performance. Really enjoyed it. You're a great entertainer.
Oh, and last but not least, Jason.
Absolutely. Well, the Charleston is a 20s flapper number. It's quirky, it's full of bounce, and it's also got a lot of gay abandonment. Okay. Yours, however, at times lacked the bounce in the shoulders that we need to see. Yes, you lost some of those idiosyncratics and the head wiggles I would have liked to have seen sustained more throughout the routine. But overall, it was a great, fun start to the show.
Absolutely. Thank you, judges. It's higher score there, Emma. So is he still your dark horse in the competition?
Oh, definitely. You had such a lovely connection for me tonight, and you were a really strong partner, Jeff. I really enjoyed watching you. I've performed the Viennese Waltz, and it's so difficult. All those spins and turns, I can't imagine doing it on ice. It's also not as fun as a Charleston or as strong as a tango. It's hard to kind of make it exciting. But you, for me, captured that essence of a real Viennese Waltz, and I loved it.
Thank you.
Brilliant. And Robin, surely he's done enough now to stay out of the skate-off.
Well, you made it exciting by being a celebrity who skated like a professional figure skater. The control on the exit, making sure that Isabel was in the right place coming out of the press list. We've seen this in the past. It's all very well to get the girl over your head and whiz her around, but it's making it elegant on the exit. As Chris said, the lines are good. It was nice. I was worried it was just going to be nice, but it was beyond nice. It was actually really very classy.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jason, of course.
Well, it's one of the oldest ballroom styles. It requires elegant, rotating... elegant rotating movements, which you actually did. And for me tonight, it was very refined, Jeff. I personally would have liked... Thank you. They're listening. I personally would have liked more emphasis on the downbeat of the one. That's all I felt, that you were still not pushing into your one, but everything else, the line and the quality of your work is improving every week. Well done.
There's hope for me yet. We could do all right.
Jason, now, a higher score last week, and it's gone down this week. I mean, it was a faster routine. I thought she was sexy. You're my favourite, Den.
Thank you.
Right. It's supposed to be lively and rhythmical. It's supposed to be high octane and very seductive. Yours, however, looked like you needed an MRI scan after it. It was very painful for me to watch. You weren't on the beat. I found that it was very messy and that you looked like you were playing catch-up with Matt a lot as he was throwing you around. I think what we're seeing here is that you're very good at the slower tempo stuff, but anything up-tempo, you and up-tempos do not mix well.
Well, Jason, obviously you need to go back to charm school. Emma.
Well,
now,
you know, they're also... I know. Fair enough.
Okay, obviously it was really fast for you this week, and you were a little bit behind the beat, but do you know what? You smile through the whole thing, you look like you're having a really good time. I obviously have to give you a mark because, you know, a low mark compared to the others because you're not up to standard with them, but I love seeing the fact that you're still enjoying it, you're getting out there, girl, and you're giving it your all.
Thank you.
Absolutely, Robin.
What's been fun about you is your commitment to giving a performance, and you can't fault that. What I can fault is the fact that the feet were just struggling and coping to catch up with Matt, and that the technically the steps weren't happening the way that we would want them to. Last week, you had time to think it all through and for your brain to tell the feet what was going to happen. And this week, that just never happened.
Well, Robin,
Yes.
Rob was your favourite last week. How did he do this week?
Did a great performance last week, and we said right at the beginning of the series, were you going to be able to lose the persona and deliver a different performance? You have shown us tonight that you can. Very commanding, very much in control. Never thought I'd say this, but I will be very happy to see Rob back next week, because what I missed tonight, whilst you were giving it all the right emotion in it, I missed the vanilla flavour in it. But I thought it was really quite strong. Some of the transitions were a bit sticky, but I thought it was very good.
We were trying to leave that spice out.
Jason, enough flamenco for you, or still too much hip hop?
Look, what I actually disagree. What I loved about tonight with you, Rob, was that I thought you got the balance absolutely right. I thought that there was enough of the essence of the flamenco. Okay, let's pull it apart. Some of the arms that you had, particularly in the matador poses, you looked like a space invader, but the intention was there. You certainly had the upper body and the posture was there. I liked the intent on the face, and there were moments where vanilla did creep in. So I allowed for that because, again, we are looking at an essence of flamenco and not a strict flamenco.
And finally, Emma.
I thought it was very manly, very sexy. I love the moments, obviously, when you pulled that torso up and gave us that posture again, because that is such a wonderful thing. And you caught my eye at one point, and I nearly melted. It was amazing. Thank you very much.
Yes, I know how you feel there, Emma. Thank you, judges.
You might...
Wow, what an amazing score. Let's start with you, Emma.
Wow. I don't know how you just pulled off a river dance on ice, but you did it. And this dance also really required you to be in sync, and that's what we asked of you last week, and you nailed it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Robin?
It required you both to skate and work as individuals, but you worked together as a partnership and created a wonderful piece of choreography. It stayed in the style, it stayed with the music, your feet were underneath you the whole way through. It was absolutely wonderful to watch.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Jason, definitely the luck of the Irish in that routine.
I tell you, Sam, you had sort of lost your way a bit over the past couple of weeks, but you guys are absolutely back on form for me. That was incredible. On paper, I wasn't sure how that was going to work. You know, Irish dancing on ice, I thought it's a disaster. But you pulled it off. I mean, the nuances, the cleanliness and the footwork was just incredible. More power to you. Incredible work.
Thanks, judges. Thank you. Well, absolutely. I need a bucket of water, that's for sure. Now, Robin, she is climbing that leaderboard.
Absolutely, and I thought last week that we may have seen the best you had and we were starting to plateau a little bit and you were getting confused about how to push yourself and where to take it. You had choreography within the footwork, you had choreography with the hands, you had an overall choreography as a partnership, and you delivered all three brilliantly tonight. I really enjoyed it. The first transition, just coming out of the very opening pose into the next piece of footwork, was great. The transition through the footwork in the middle, terrific. And again, great work on the helicopter. Fabulous, loved it.
And Emma, an 8.5 from you.
Yeah, absolutely. In previous weeks, I found sometimes you haven't got control over your limbs, but everything is becoming much tighter with your arms, with your hands, with your head. Everything is coming together really nicely now. You're doing amazing stuff.
And Jason, this little bird is definitely turning into a swan.
You know what, Chloe? Finally, you are getting back into the competition. You sort of stepped up tonight. I'm with Jane. It was very distracting sometimes, Michael, with you on the ice. But, Chloe, I have to say, it was exciting to see you work so fast and furiously in that. Okay, there were still some parts of the arm choreography is not exactly where it needs to be. There was no start and clean finishes to a lot of the arm work, all the hands. But you know what? No, she's got to improve, people, and so we're giving constructive criticism, please. And that's what is great about you, is that you take stuff on board and you work with it and push it and bring it next week.
Oh, good. You're very scary, Jason.
I am.
Thank you, judges. Well, Jason, some really big lifts there for Johnson, so he is pushing himself each week.
Oh, there's no question of it, but this, the Argentine tango is a sensual battle of the sexes through dance. And for me, I didn't get that there was this sexual tension going on between the two of you. And even though, yes, you put in that big somersault lift, which was great, you handled that very, very well, what was lacking for me overall was the style and the essence of what we're looking for in the Argentine tango.
Emma?
Yeah, the tango is very strong and passionate, and I'm not sure that came very naturally for you tonight, but I have to applaud you in trying something very different tonight, and that's what you've been doing every week, and you really are progressing. Well done.
Absolutely. And finally, Robin.
Each week, it may only be going in small stages, but it is going in the right direction. And the extra lifts tonight, strong, controlled. Jodine was very comfortable in your arms doing those lifts. I personally could see that determination in your face, trying so hard not to smile and look like you're enjoying it. And I just think if you probably had just let go and been a bit more natural with it, we all would have enjoyed it more, because obviously you're enjoying what you're doing because it's working each week.
Well, we've been around the world. We've seen the tango, flamenco, river dance. I was exhausted just watching them all, quite frankly. Jason, we've now got Sam, Laura and Chloe at the top of the leaderboard. Did the international choreography help, do you think?
Well, I think what tonight has shown as well is that a lot of them really upped their game, and certainly our front runners. I mean, what was the separation between the two tied and second position?
You're asking me?
Yes.
0.5.
Was it
No
0.5?
idea.
0.5.
Yeah, I mean, so...
0.5.
There you go. So we're narrowing the margin. Yeah. I'm glad you're keeping score here,
I'm glad
darling.
you think I know what I'm doing, Jason, but I don't. And Robin... Tonight, our stars had to think more than ever about their dance moves. How did you think this challenged them?
I thought it challenged them very well, and they really, as Jason said, really upped their game. But for me, the stars tonight were Sam and Chloe.
Emma, hard question for you here. We've been on our Dancing on Ice World Tour, but who deserves a one-way ticket home?
Well, I think the leaderboard kind of says it all, really. You know, Johnson and Denise, they struggled tonight.
Well, thank you, judges, and back to Philip.
We have to lose one of them. This is it. Laura and Vanilla Ice have performed again for the Ice panel. One will stay in the competition. One has reached the end of the line. It's decision time. Judges, I'm going to ask you one by one to give me the name of the skating star you want to save and see skate again next week. Robin.
Well, we didn't expect to see either of you here for at least another 2 weeks, so it was a really, really tough call. But I went with the stronger technical performance in the end in the skate-off, and I save Laura.
1 vote for Laura. Emma?
This has definitely been the toughest decision so far, but I'm saving Laura.
So that's 2 votes for Laura. Let's see what Jason would say.
Laura.
3 votes for Laura, which means that Laura skates again. We lose the